Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TARDIS Zone on this Saturday evening for our Classic Who Zone. Made a bit of a boo-boo, so when I was rearranging things, I realised that if I had New Who on today, Rabbi wouldn't be able to come on because he'd be still on Sabbath. So I've moved it back to Sunday. I'm just going to have it a little bit earlier, and then myself and Cheryl then will be on after it. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place, but there you go. I had to make things awkward, didn't I? Lee, you're in the chat. You should be here on the panel. I sent you an email at 6 o'clock. So get yourself in here because as soon as I introduce the guests, we're starting straight away. So everybody get your DVDs on the go. I have mine ready to go as well. So we'll give Lee a couple of seconds to get in. We have our panel, the rest of the panel there, so that's fantastic. Right, so while we're waiting on Lee to come in, why didn't I tell you? I did. I told you we're on the classic panel yet. Get away. We're going to have words later. Money messing. I told you already you were on the classic. Jesus. Why didn't I tell him? Did you hear that? Why didn't I tell him? I told him, like, doesn't matter anyway. Chris is here. PD Rich, Alpha Omega. Problem being is here as well. Obviously, has a problem with his hearing. Disaster area. Stuart, Darren is here as well. Real super doctor, Professor Exposition. The only reason why I'm keeping it down is because Charles in bed. Bobby D75. Stuart is here as well. I can never say it right, is here as well. And David Rayner, Shane Phelps is here as well. Right, going to bring on all my guests. No big intros, just going to bring them all on. So here we go. We've got Alpha Omega joining us. How are you?
Doing good. Beautiful day here.
No problem. You eating something there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy. It doesn't matter. Cam's in the chat as well. We've got the real super doctor here as well.
Hey Noel, how you doing?
Not too bad at all. We've also got the one and only Charlotte.
Hello.
Nice to have you here as well. And we've got the one and only, the hard of hearing, but the one and only Problem being. Now look, even StreamYard doesn't want to let him in. Okay, hold on.
Choice for you and not StreamYard.
There you go. He's here. And we got Jules in the chat as well. Right, so I've got has everybody on the panel for start got their DVD.
Yep.
Yes.
Everybody in the chat, if you've got your DVD ready, please press 1. And we've got 22 people watching. If you don't mind, like, share, subscribe, all of that nonsense, you know yourself. And we'll get going on this. It's lucky I actually have the DVD for this one, so I can actually have one earphone in and I can talk this time. Which is great. Right.
And not curse at your phone for about 50 minutes.
Say that again.
And not curse at your phone for about 50 minutes.
Yeah, I know that's a relief.
No, you're saving that to curse at me. That's what.
Yeah, that's it.
Save me storing it up.
If you can't even remember like that, I told you.
No, I knew I was on, but you usually send the email like later on.
Right.
And you hadn't told me you'd sent the email with the link. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, what's going on here? Why did that come up like that for? Alright, there you go. Something weird went on with the DVD, but we're good. We're good. We're good. I forgot there's a little intro at the start because I'm alright. Yeah. What you call it yet? But I did put up a tweet about an hour ago. Saying
Oh, yeah.
everybody, and you were active
Try
on.
DMing me.
What?
DM me. Don't I know?
But you were like, you were on Twitter already, so I assumed.
It doesn't mean anything. Like, could have been doing something else. I was actually cooking. Because I thought I need to eat before I go on stream.
Okay, right.
Don't mind, having a life.
Right, okay.
Teaser.
Okay, kids. Let's go.
Okay, you big
Wait.
baby.
Twitter, internet, can we have it cancelled? Ban him, please. Ban him.
Well, shut up, you big baby. None of us be on a platform for long, so
801 years.
right, 801. That won't be happening. Never happen. Get the hell. Yeah,
Continue the way you're going.
800 years the other way, mate. Maybe we can teach you the deal manner as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, fighting talking about. Right, everybody is no use the Discord server. What do you mean? I don't know how to do all of that, man. Look,
we're gonna have a crash course on that on Sunday.
Listen. I'll sort out all the Discord stuff bleeding soon. But look, I don't know how to set. Look, it's a pain in the arse, as it is, and the fact that it's a pain in the arse to me, I haven't paid much attention to it, even though I have a server on it. I don't give a crap, to be quite honest with you. If it's too difficult, I don't bother, to be honest.
Well, we'll have Alpha Omega, who says he knows what he's doing, and we have Jed as well. So we got two experts. So we just leave it to them, and they'll sort it out on Sunday for the Blake 7.
Look, we'll sort something out anyway. That's what I'm saying. Just give me be patient with me, because, like, when something pisses me off, it takes me a while to go back to it, and that pisses me off. Right,
and anyway. Pisses me off.
Right, anyway, so who wants the honor? I tell you what, seems that there's only one lady on the panel. We'll let Sharon do the honors of doing the countdown.
Are you misgendering me?
How dare you, Noel?
Dare you, Noel? I am offended as fuck right now.
Well, I know. Well, do you know what I'd say to you? Get over yourself. There's more things to be offended about. So get on with your life, man.
I'm offended that you think that.
Yeah.
Okay, darlings, you can have couples therapy after.
Yeah.
No, I'm offended by that.
Everybody in the chat is ready anyway, so whenever you're ready, Charlotte.
Okay, so go from 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play.
Ding 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 ding.
Oh, I tell you what though, I had a bit of a panic because I didn't know this was only 2 parts. So I was watching it, I was like, oh god, if I can only watch half of this. And then I looked it up, I was like, oh, it's supposed to be 2 parts, I'm good now.
Yeah, they sort of sandwiched this in,
Do you know, I was actually glad that this was picked because obviously, as I said, Cheryl's in bed, so I'm going to be looking after her.
No, I see this as an allegory for both Twitter and turn it off and on again.
It's interesting because this story takes place after the Daleks, and they leave the planet Scarrow.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is like a big character piece. Like, it feels like a bit like they've had all the action and what happened in Scarrow, and this is like them offloading and sort of getting
psychological.
Yeah, it's like this is their relief episode just to get feelings out. And
Susan really irritates me in this one. I really want to put her up against the wall and shoot her. She's absolutely just, oh god.
Yeah, and there's a bit of shaky camera work in this one as well, you'll notice.
And this is where, bless him, Bill Hartnell, bless his cotton socks, like fluffs his lines more than usual. Bless him. I hate saying that, but it could be a drinking game in this episode.
I think this might have been a budgetary thing too, to have their,
Yeah.
everything all done in the TARDIS and stuff.
Well, think about it. They didn't think it was going to last that long. Then they were going to axe it. Then they decided to keep it, and then they
Yeah,
obviously
they
as the years
said last
went on-
minute, didn't they? I was reading online like last minute. This got added. It said I had a panic. I was like, oh God, is it only like? And I was like, oh no, I'm okay. But when I read up, apparently that's what I think I read, that this slot wasn't there originally, and then they added more episodes. And this was one of the ones that got added. So maybe that's why it's just in the TARDIS set.
Yeah, makes sense.
It is a good character piece, though.
It's very melodramatic, though.
Well,
and
Susan
I think
is.
Susan just really overacts it.
It's still better than her running around, falling over her own feet, and
My
grandfather.
ankle.
Well, she is a bit cryy and screamy in this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of even Barbara screams like completely unnecessarily in this. I find it just like, what is going on? And when she looks at the clock,
Yeah.
it's like, what's with the clock? She screams. I don't get it.
Well, me watching this, I had a bit of. Maybe they didn't know they were doing this, but I got a bit of like cabin fever feels. Like they're just all so et up, and they just don't know what to do, and that's what makes them all snap at each other and sort of act a bit out of character.
Mm.
I think the TARDIS is what's making them. It's affecting them.
Yeah, because well, I mean we won't spoil the story, but like for those who haven't seen it, I mean, it's definitely like they're stuck in a loop because the TARDIS can't go where it's going any further, so it's warning them, trying to warn them.
Yeah.
It's affecting them because they're in a point in time and space where they shouldn't really be.
But even it was highlighted in Matt Smith's episode, Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, that TARDIS can not necessarily be a good, friendly environment. If one piece is missing or something like that, or a piece of it is stolen.
Yeah, because that's hinted at in this as well. This and this is where the Doctor says, the TARDIS isn't alive, but then he says, well, maybe it kind of is, but only in the sense of a computer, and a machine mind. But
yeah, I think it's more. I saw it as because obviously it's very new Who with this whole it's alive stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, it's only ever been hinted at, in the past.
Yeah, I read that sort of those lines when we get to them as him saying it's very intelligent, so it acts intelligently. That's how it can seem to be alive.
Mm.
So it's
I never got on board with the sentient machine thing. I mean, bearing in mind that that's now been established in New Who, isn't it a bit like, I don't want to bring New Who's current era stuff into it, but didn't she kind of kill a sentient life form then by killing off a TARDIS? Just saying.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that tomorrow when we do the New Who, because it is an interesting. We did speak about it on the TARDIS Zone Talks. It was actually interesting.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I
there's
found
someone else out
silly.
there accusing Chris Chibnall of being
I saw
apparently the guy that died, the scientist guy that died. Well, some person has a problem with that because apparently now he hates black people.
Of course he does. Yeah, I mean, it's this kind of
he doesn't. Here's
ludicrous
the thing.
loop.
The thing is, he lacks the knowledge and he lacks respect for all of these groups that he's trying to represent.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, anyone who doesn't go along with what they believe is instantly, the most evil person on the planet. Suddenly, there's no shades of grey. There's no nuance. It's all one or the other.
No middle ground. But that's
anyway. Sod that lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is also a brilliant Barbara.
Because this is actually a good story.
Yeah, Barbara's on point.
Barbara's on fire.
She's brilliant in this. This is a good story. Very good.
It's the first time you see her giving Doctor back some sass.
Oh yeah, she gives him what for? and he can't bring himself. Okay, towards the end of the second episode, he kind of sheepishly tries to make amends. But
I like Ian's response at the end to him. I love the Ian's response.
So
Yeah,
did they
he-
still have
it's over the
someone?
top.
Sorry,
melodrama.
Yeah,
Did
the
they
way she
still-
fell.
Did they still have someone? Did they still have someone in the behind the doors, closing the doors?
I think they must be on string or something. Bless them.
And I tell you, her acting, I don't know how she even got a job ever acting.
No, do you know what I think a lot of it is? I do think she's got lovely chemistry with Bill. And I think when you
Yeah.
have those two and she's not doing the melodramatics, she's quite a nice character.
Yeah. It's really just in this story that she really grated on me so badly.
Yeah.
She can be quite hit and miss.
But there was chemistry between the two of them, even though, like, as we learned from the movie, there was a bit of a bust up between them and he felt really bad. And he went out of his way then to kind of apologize, and he wasn't the type for apologizing.
Mm. Well, he wasn't well either, so he wasn't really 100% in charge of his emotional state. That's the thing.
So can I ask, how much of his run was he ill?
I think it was probably ill from the start. I think it was a degenerative
time,
progressive thing.
Yeah, I think he might. Yeah, that's the sad thing. He might have been already sick as a slow process. Like, the hardening of the veins and the arteries, like that's over a few years. Like, once that starts happening, then it leads to all sorts. That's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, you think about 12 years later, he was gone.
Sure, look at him in his performance and where he was on the screen. You could see how very gaunt he was. Yeah, we were all delighted to see him, but if you analyze all that footage, he is very, very sick there. He's reading off cue cards and everything, but he was delighted to be in it, He wanted to be back, so they made it possible.
Well, they had back then they had a brutal filming schedule and stuff too.
Mm.
So.
I think that would have been nice to have added that somehow into the adventure in time, in space and time. Just that him coming back.
The three doctors.
Yeah. I mean, it might have been a pain in the ass to cast, and yet another doctor as well, considering how badly they miscast the second doctor.
Yeah, but they would have just got another mate in, wouldn't they? Because it was Gatiss and Moffat, so they would have just
you know who it would have been, don't you? It would have been Gatiss himself.
Oh, God, yes. Oh, he would not have given up that opportunity.
No, absolutely.
Oh, Susan, what are you doing
God,
now?
Susan.
So you're supposed to be threatening with scissors. You just look like a 2-year-old having a tantrum.
It was good at first until the end there.
Yeah, it's a 2-year-old.
See, this wouldn't be done today. I mean, it would have been totally.
Kids with scissors, no.
No, it's violence.
Yeah. It's like the new Merry Whitehouse,
Yeah.
Now everyone under the age of 20 is a Merry Whitehouse. You can't do that because it offends me.
Right, yeah. You're not going to believe this. I put the controller down. Is that the rewinding on me? What part are you on?
I'm on the website that can't be my name, so I don't know if I'm a good gauge.
11:02.
I don't think there's a timestamp on this shit. How do you check a timestamp? Right,
1349, 1347, 1346.
13.
Oh, that's weird. It keeps going backwards and forwards. No, it's
I'm in like a
box.
I'm
I'm
on
at the part now where Barbara has gone into Susan, where she's lying on the bed thing.
So mine counts down. You see, so that's the annoying thing about BritBox. It counts down.
So yeah, I've got Bill, Ian, and Barbara right now on screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm about
Yeah, I've
12,
got that.
12 minutes and 10 seconds. So.
Oh, damn. Right, hold on. There has to be a way of checking this.
Can you not fast forward or anything?
Yeah, but there's no. I need the time. The
Oh,
time
okay.
it's on the PlayStation, and I. Does anybody know how I can get the timestamp on this? Because I've never actually done this before. Oh, there. Right. So what timestamp it get?
12:05.
I'm on 11:55.
Right.
I'm
11.
different to you.
Something wrong with you.
Hold on.
I'm
11.
ahead of everybody.
Right, hold on.
Right, she's just going to pick up the scissors from the table there.
Right.
Susan's gone behind the door. Now the doctor's standing at the.
Yeah, the doctor's standing up now.
Ian's speaking to him now. Ian's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's the part I'm on. Yeah. Right. Well, Grant, we're in.
I'm ahead.
But it's 11 minutes and 18 seconds on my fucking
Well,
thing. Isn't it weird how we're all different timestamps
Yeah.
though? Same
Let-
thing.
Let me know when the doctor and Ian go to the console to try to fix it, or the wall.
Yeah, now they're just talking. She's sitting on the bed.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the thing on top of her head.
Like a clown.
looking like a nun. Look,
Oh, okay, I'm right there.
The doctor is at the fault locator with Ian.
That's what I'm saying. I think we're all at the same scene. It's just a bit weird.
I think it's because it's the DVD operates at different speeds.
Probably
Could be.
does.
yeah, because it's an analog thing rather than a digital.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's digital, but it's got an analog element to it.
You guys also started right in with the credits, and I had that weird thing before the credits, or
Oh, the BBC thing.
yeah.
Where's grandfather?
But I do like the whole issue of trust in this, because that's like an underlining thing. Like, he obviously doesn't trust them yet. It's still early, and Susan, even though she bats for them, she has moments where
I think this would have been better. Sorry to cut across, but I think this would have been better like directly after the TARDIS takes off for the first time, because
Yeah.
then it'd be like none of them really know each other. None of them have been with each other, so you've got this instant paranoia.
It's like the TARDIS is testing them all the time. And because they all don't get on together, the TARDIS is trying to make them get on together. In a way,
Yeah,
you could say that.
Yeah, I'd argue that they've just had Daleks and Skaro, so
They should have
That-
had a
be enough of a traumatic
They're
experience.
looking at numbers and letters, yeah? A15. He's at the panel there, yeah? Is that where you are?
No,
That's
that's
a couple
that's
minutes
it.
ago.
See, that's what I'm saying. Hold on, man. So I'm obviously wrong. So what?
Look, Barbara's taking the scissors off of.
Yeah, she did that about 30 seconds ago for me.
Oh, hold on.
She's still ready to take the scissors off her.
She's about to take the scissors off.
No, she's taking them off her.
She's took them
No.
off her. There you go. Right, she's took them off her.
Right, she's took them off her now.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
the
hit
child
pause.
no longer has scissors.
I just don't understand. Like, I went on go. You know. Can you imagine what the other?
Yeah, but I think the DVDs have that weird intro, and I fast forwarded past that, and some people probably didn't, and that's why we got the different timestamps.
Mm-hmm. We need to make sure that people.
Well-
Ian's talking to Susan now.
Yeah, and she's lying on the yogi. See, that's
Yeah,
just
looking a bit
normal.
sweaty.
I did pat,
Oh, and now she's at the running out like a lunatic. There you go.
You what?
So yeah, she's just ran on mine.
What?
I'm different to all of
Look,
you
now
guys.
she's doing that. Now she's gone crazy. Now the doors are open. She's gone crazy.
Yeah.
Doctor standing there. You're right,
What's
child.
it with-
That's.
What was it with her and the doors? That I didn't get that with Susan. It's like, why is she so freaked out?
I don't know. It's a strange one.
I think we learned from Planet of the Giants. I mean, the space pressure becomes too great when the doors open. When materialization, they can shrink them.
Mm. Now he's touching the control. There we go.
Well, now I'm looking at a picture on the screen.
No, you're too far ahead.
No, I must know now.
Oh,
all
for crying
different
out
kinds.
loud.
All
I
different
don't get
kinds.
any of you.
TARDIS have just opened.
No, now the picture's on the screen. Crikey, right, I'm going to go ahead a little faster.
Now
God,
the
this is all
TARDIS
messed
doors
up.
open.
Honestly, you people.
Oh,
Right, now
can't
the
help
door's
it
just
because of
closed, right? Is that
technology.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't have BritBox or DVDs, so work out how I'm watching it. That's why.
Hello,
Crikey.
Teddy. Are you here to join us and ruin the stream? Watch, you'll hurt yourself off me earphones, right? And then you'll start crying, and then everybody be saying, "Is Teddy okay?" And I'll say, "Well, it was his fault. How are you?
Teddy.
Are you okay? I'm glad you don't understand what's going on in the world today. You don't need that. You don't need the hassle.
Lucky Teddy.
Lucky doggy dog. Yeah. I wonder what goes through that doggy mind of yours.
Oh, I'm the same with ours. I'd love to know what she thinks sometimes.
Yeah.
No, actually,
Feed
I'd
me.
like. Sorry, Alpha.
I said, feed me.
Mm.
No,
Exactly.
we have a cat as well, so I'd love to know what they were both thinking at times because our cat's cocky. So the dog would be lied out, like half asleep, and the cat would just go up and sniff it. And it's like, why? if the dog goes near the cat, she squeaks, but she can go and sniff the dog. It's quite like, okay, Missy.
Accusations.
Yeah, see, Barbara's giving back. She's not letting him do this. She's like, nope, you're not saying with anything to do with this when we're not.
No strong women in Doctor Who, by the way.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
You can so see Verity in Barbara.
Yeah.
So see it.
Well, apparently, Verity Lambert and Jacqueline Hill were friends, so
Yeah.
I suppose they were sharing ideas with each other and how to do the part.
So the clock has kind of melted.
Yeah, and poor Ian's just stood in the middle of them like, I don't know what to react.
Me acting is so bad.
Oh, Susan, I didn't even click. What are you wearing, love, in this? Looks like you got a
Meddling monk.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit monk-like, isn't it?
And then out he comes with some druggy drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tries to drug them all.
Tea.
Dare you?
Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo.
Oh yeah, do that to your granddaughter, Doctor. That's good. It's a good thing you two have a lovely scene at the end of this.
I think that's why they put
the
that
thing
scene
about
in.
Yeah.
the first Doctor. He was very manipulative and very cunning. You
Mm.
weren't very sure his motives.
See, that's what I like though. I think if you look at them from the first Doctor, that was always there. That manipulation. Yeah. It's just obviously different incarnations either do it more or less.
Mm.
Yeah, like when he went down to the Dalek City so he could get a fluid link, just so he could investigate.
Yes. And where he nearly caves in a skull, you know, with this guy.
someone's asked for the timestamp. I've got 22 minutes, and you might as well wait for the second episode because we're about to start it in 3
We
minutes.
finished this one, aren't we, nearly?
Yeah.
So yeah, you got about 3 minutes left. 3 minutes and 5 left.
I'm on 21:33.
I think it's meaningless now at this point. Can we make sure that the next one we're all on point?
That's going to be hard for me.
Oh, crikey.
That's why I don't give timestamps.
I could remember when the TV movie came out, and it was the one best thing about it was the TARDIS interior didn't look like a studio compared to the TV series from up until '89.
Oh yeah, I saw one an interior to basically they can't obviously copy it because I think they don't have the rights to that in that TARDIS. But I want one inspired by that so badly. Like you can tell whoever's designed it obviously had that one in mind, the McGann one a bit.
There's a really great deviant art painting that someone did of Tom Baker's Doctor. The controls of a very steampunk console. It's massive and it's in like a cathedral. It's beautiful.
Yeah, B wears in the one he's done for his Doctor. It's so lovely, and it suits that 13th Doctor very well.
I believe the TARDIS has many control rooms, and it's just the one that they use for primary console room.
Well, yeah, the way that they described it with the time crash thing was, it can reset itself, to desktop, which I thought was an extremely dated reference, but never mind.
And even in Tom Baker's Legopolis, it was like, I'm going to jettison Romana's room.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
he jettisoned the Zero room, didn't he?
Yeah. It was like the Doctor was referring it to computer programs. Like I could jettison this, and I could reset this. I could create a new room with this.
Yeah. Well, effectively the TARDIS is infinite. You can, but if you can jettison a room, it's not really infinite. So it must have some, I guess, limit. But it's you wouldn't want to get lost in the TARDIS. If you see him when he's unraveling the scarf, to make sure it doesn't get lost. Right, so that was episode 1.
That's episode 1.
Yep.
I've got 2 rolling right now. So.
Then we've got what's this one called again? It's
Brink of Disaster.
Brink of Disaster, yeah. And I think they got it wrong in the lines because he said Brink of Destruction, doesn't he? So it's, I don't know if that was, and then Ian says the same thing back, but I think it was, the line was probably meant to be Brink of Disaster, but Ian played along.
Right, we'll just wait for Charlotte because she's muted there. So,
Sorry, I had to go searching for my charger.
No problem. Are you ready to go for the second one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Let me just. Was it? Yeah. No.
Is everybody in the chat? If everybody's in the chat ready, please press 1. I'll give you a couple of seconds to copy.
I thought it was downstairs, so I had to nip downstairs, but it was actually in my room up here.
No.
Right, I'm ready.
Right, grand.
I'm ready.
And everybody on the panel seems to be ready, and everybody in the chat seems to be absolutely ready. You are all brilliant this weekend, I have to say. Well done. We're keeping to the schedule. And we're keeping on topic, I have to say. I know at the start we did a little bit, but we nipped it in the bud and we kept going. Right, Charlotte, do the honours there.
Right. Start from 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Play.
Right, now we should all be in bloody sync, right?
Yeah, I got the title.
Hopefully
We
no.
don't say that.
Dun, da-diddy-dun, dun, 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 da-diddy-da-diddy-dun.
The weird flashy things.
Yeah,
Doctor
that's
Who,
true.
there it is. We're all in.
Timestamp.
Now, seriously, if you hadn't in sequence, there's something going on.
30 seconds.
24, 25, 26.
Yeah, I'm not even going to check my controller because
Can someone just keep saying the seconds as we get? No.
The brink of disaster.
We need like a little timer, don't we, in the corner just for.
Yeah.
No, he's getting choked out.
I fall over for no reason.
Oh, well, that's pathetic.
Oh, right. 60s.
Also, in his dressing gown, that made me giggle.
Showing a bit of thigh.
A bit of thigh.
Bit of thigh.
You know Jamie. Sorry, Ian. You know Jamie.
Oh, well, yeah. Jamie and the two doctors showing a bit of leg there.
Well, he's in a kilt. He's always showing a bit of leg.
Oh, that's it. I know, but I mean, you know, more than usual.
Oh, do you know how I hadn't watched a lot of classic before this? I'm pretty sure Troughton's now my favourite classic Doctor.
Oh,
I can't
really?
see him being shifted.
He is underrated.
I think because I was chatting with Daniel and he said to me, "What is it about?" I don't dislike Tom, but I'm not as crazy as Tom like some of you guys are. And Daniel, he was just interested. He just said to me like, "What is it then that Tom doesn't 100% like? You love him like everybody else?" And I think I've worked it out. I think what I love about Troughton is that vulnerability with his Doctor. Like he's sort of very background, quiet, like he has that sort of like he purposely makes himself seem small when he's not. Whereas I think Tom for me is just a bit too
imposing.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why I like him. You know, maybe I like him being imposing. I think it really does stem down to personal taste, obviously. And
Oh yeah.
you know, I mean, I do love Troughton. I just think it's a damn shame that we've lost so many of his stories. You know,
in my head, I'm really coming to love his Doctor, and it's like there's not all these stories there.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, we better pick the Troughton's episode before we finish this one tonight, so there's no confusion.
Oh yeah.
Let's have a look, see what we've got. Hold on.
Yes, and nobody will be influencing it either, right, Lee? You just give the options and we let the chat decide.
I don't know what you mean. I do not know what you mean.
He's an influencer.
Well, we should be safer because it's not Sylvester's turn, and we all know what happens when it's Sylvester's.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
That's why we're trying to avoid giving Lee the ones where I know he could pick a bad one.
Whose turn is it to choose anyway?
Well, look, the panels have been refreshed. So it's all started again. So I'm gonna give oh, by the way, the reason why, do you know what, it fell nicely William Hartnell's episode this week because obviously it was his birthday. So he would have been how old would he have been to that?
He was born in 1907, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he would have been a grand old age.
Yeah. Don't ask me to do math.
But
right. I don't know what
Are you going to start? Are you going to start from the beginning of Troughton with the first available one, or just any Troughton?
Basically, one we haven't watched, I think, is usually what we do.
Is that where he kept saying fornicator, but he was supposed to say Lord? Yeah.
You've already seen Mind Robber, right?
Right. So we got the Power of the Daleks, the Highlanders, the Underwater Menace, the Moon Base, the Macra Terror, the Faceless Ones, the Evil of the Daleks, Tomb of the Cybermen, the Abominable Snowmen, the Ice Warriors, the Enemy of the World, the Web of Fear, Fury from the Deep, the Wheel in Space, the Dominators, the Mind Robber, the Invasion, the Crotons, the Seeds of Death, the Space Pirates, and the War Games.
Tomb's good.
Right. But we've already done
We've done Tomb.
Tomb of the
Did you?
Cybermen. We've
done
already done
We've done the Ice Warriors.
we've done the Ice Warriors.
We've done Enemy of the World.
We've done Enemy of the World, yeah.
You've done Macro, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I've done Macra Terror, but that's animated, and I don't think everybody has the animation. We've also got the Fearless ones as well.
I don't think we've done that one. Is that all intact? Is that not an animated one?
Yeah,
That's
it's
an animated one.
Got the war game.
Unfortunately, see, that's the thing. I'd love to do the animated ones, but not everybody has them or can afford to buy them. So when we do them, people say,
What
they can't-
about the moon base?
That's got bits animated, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. It has. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
think
to
we
be
did
fair-
that already, though.
No, we didn't. We did Ice Warriors. That was bits animated.
Oh
We
yeah,
didn't do Moon Base.
Well,
Yeah,
are we
war-
going to decide who's going to pick who?
right then. Hold on. Right, so we got Alpha, Real Super Doctor, Problem Being, Charlotte, and myself. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's
5.
why we need 7 people on the panel.
Right. So to be fair, as I said, we will let the chat decide on Patrick Troughton. I'll tell you what I'll do while we're watching this. I will put our names down, and whoever I pick out first will get John Pertwee. Then the next name will get Tom Baker. I'll do it that way. It'll be fair.
Okay.
I'll do it fair now. I won't cheat. I'll get the piece of paper and all.
Cool. That's fun.
I think that's better that way.
So, chat, put in your suggestions for Troughton.
So time's been taken away from them, and that's been given back to them. So some weird logic going on in this story.
War games is only 10 parts. So.
Yeah, it's only 10 parts. That's right.
Yeah. It's pretty long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if that does come up as the choice, then it's going to have to go over like more than a couple of weeks, I'd say. Probably
Yeah,
like
that'd have to be
a
some
month.
sessions.
That will have to be a month-long one. That'd be like 2 or 3 episodes a week or something.
Oh, I could do it in one sitting.
That did
I
my
can't.
head in. I know. I never finished it that way. You know, I just couldn't do it. It's like I know people have, but for me, I just couldn't do it. It was the wrong. For me, it was the wrong move to try and do that.
I think William Hartnell would be 112 or 113. It
Something
was,
like that. Yeah.
yeah.
And he'd still be better than Jody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbara's figuring it out.
Yeah.
Susan's just in the background looking like any minute she's going to faint.
Yeah, like she's gonna, sneeze or something.
Hide the scissors.
My machine can't think.
I've got
That's
the
a bit sexist, isn't it?
Right, I've got the names now, right? So I'll give it an L shake. So here we go. And the first name, so this is for John Pertwee. So the winner or the person that's picking John Pertwee is Lee. Lee, you
Yeah.
get John Pertwee.
Sweet.
Right, next. Right, who's getting Tom Baker? Myself, yay! That's
Rigged.
it's not. I swear,
Rick.
to the paper. Look, I swear, if I had a camera, I don't cheat. I don't do that. Right. So who's getting
Davidson.
Davison? Oh, Charlotte, you get
Oh,
Davison.
I like Davidson. That's good.
Oh, man.
So Davison.
You too.
Sorry, lads.
Oh no.
Time
Right.
Lash.
So who gets? Right.
Oh.
Alpha Omega.
Oh, mate, you got Baker. You got Colin. Sorry, I'll add that.
Which means that a super
Oh no.
gets the best. Oh,
Oh, that's great. I can choose my favourite story of Sylvester's. Oh,
what's that?
Remembrance of the Daleks.
All right,
But we did that one.
we did
Oh,
that
you
one.
did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Oh.
did it in the early days before you came on board. Yeah, we've been
All
doing
right, yeah.
these ones a long time now. So there you go. So everybody knows the Doctor. So you just have a couple of weeks, whatever to pick his story.
I'll have to go to the
Um,
Google and find all the episode titles.
And I've got to pick next week's one.
Yeah, I can't believe I got Tom Baker. To be honest, that even if I rigged it, it probably wouldn't have come out that way. But yeah,
Yeah, and also chat. I saw basically Moonbase and War Games, so we could get a few more suggestions for Troughton.
I feel a time lash coming on.
well, you see, here's the thing, though,
Oh
Charlotte.
no.
Here's the thing, though, Charlotte. It doesn't matter what you pick because you've obviously that the reason why we love having you on is because you obviously haven't seen all of these stories. So, pick
Well,
one.
I'm stuck between two choices.
Don't let anybody influence your choices.
at least I know if I pick an episode, it will be there for Davidson. That's a good thing. When you said to me Troughton, I was like, and I suggested like two to you, didn't I, or something? And you were like, yeah, they don't exist anymore. Sorry.
Yeah. So everybody has picked their Doctor. Grand.
Kirk, I don't think we've seen Seeds of Death. Have we seen Seeds of Death?
No,
That's
Did we
the second the Ice Warrior story. 'Cause
Oh, so we've not done that one. That's a possible Troughton one we could do then.
that's a good one. It's much better than the Ice Warriors, I think, personally.
Well, should we do Seeds? Because we've done the first Ice Warrior story.
Aye.
That's with all the foam all over the place.
Oh, I love this scene with Bill. You can see he's so excited. Because he's
Yeah, this
worked
is brilliant.
out.
This is
Brilliant.
I love this bit. Yeah.
And look, it's just him by himself, and the camera's slowly tracking, and there's no fluffing of lines here.
No.
This is the Doctor being the Doctor.
This is him being an excited scientist.
A new birth of a sun.
Sun and its planets.
I love that.
Ooh.
Happy birthday, Bill. For the other day.
And even they were calling you still the first Doctor, mate. So you are.
Yeah. I mean, we'll always be.
Yeah.
He is the Doctor, and there's no one before him.
That's it. Timeless child or otherwise.
Yep.
But even he sees even this when he's like, it's 5 minutes, but I'm not going to tell them. Like even
And he
that
only has-
shows care.
And he only has one heart in this, by the way.
Oh, I don't not been introduced yet. That either.
Mm.
When was I introduced then? 2 hearts.
I think it was Troughton.
Um,
I mean, all of that because of a
Fast
fucked up
return.
screen. Yeah, right. Just switch it off and on again. Fast return written like Sharpie.
that's Time Lord technology.
Yeah, right. I think it's more like human technology, frankly.
Yes, they read the script and went, does it say that actually on there? Somebody write it on quick, please.
yeah, right. Hello, Dave. Dave travels through times back in the chat. Hello.
Hi, Dave.
All because of a faulty switch. It's something back to the beginning of time.
And everybody almost went crazy.
Yeah. And it was just the time to say, I can't go anywhere. We're stuck here. Like, do something. Faulty marker pit.
See, this bit coming up with him and Susan. You can buy their grandfather and granddaughter.
So I think I've made my mind up on my third Doctor story. Do I say now or do we leave it?
No, leave it. Keep as a well. Hold on. Third Doctor. No, what we on some? Oh, jeez, you're confusing.
Charlton next week.
Yeah, wait until
Right. Oh.
He sort of looks like he's got a really bad party hat on with that on his head.
Yeah. Happy Christmas.
Yeah. You know when you've had a few too many of the hats still on.
Yeah. The drunken uncle like bashed his head with his paper hat on. Yeah, they look nonplussed, don't they? But Barbara looks a bit frazzled.
Barbara looks like she wants to kill him, and Ian, I don't have a clue what Ian's doing.
Ian's just like, yeah, I know who you are. I can read you like a book.
I love that response. He's like, I know you're not going to say it, Doctor, because you're not like that. This is why I do really like male companions, because I just think they obviously males traditionally aren't as good with emotions, so male companions can be very interesting.
A bit more forgiving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
These companions
pragmatic.
work because they're all drawn together and to deal with the problem, and that's how they work as companions, and they work as a team because they are solving the situation out, and they're helping the Doctor get out the situation.
Yeah,
and that's why it works.
Yeah, and I think also the fact that they chose teachers. Like, you've got naturally inquisitive minds. You've got naturally people who can. That in their job they have to also just say it how it is. So it's a very good idea to have teachers, I think, especially with this Doctor as his companions.
Mm.
I think maybe with some of the other ones they wouldn't have worked so well. But I think with Bill being a bit harsh and a bit having to be warmed up a bit and softened up.
He does soften though. By the time they leave, that's really a tear-jerking moment where he's so sad to see him go.
Oh, Super John's internet might have just gone.
Oh, she is a Mardy one, that one.
Oh, look at that face.
I know, right? If looks could kill, should be away for 30 years.
And you can tell he's just thinking, how on earth do I approach this?
Yeah, I bet this has been like a week or something.
Yeah.
Giving the silent treatment.
And Susan's been like, you should really talk to her.
Yeah.
Turn on the charm, Doctor.
It's quite a touching scene. Luckily, not not through ingeniousness.
Oh, he can never give a
'cause you were
credit,
lucky.
can he?
No.
Never give a credit. That's why also I think in the newer show I would have liked some older companions. Like, I mean, as in not 20-something companions.
Mm.
Like people who were in their like 30s or older. I think would have been interesting companions in the new run.
I'd like to see someone who wasn't contemporary. You know, like
Oh yeah.
that's why I think the Victorian Clara would have worked so well.
I think the problem is, and I'll change the topic. I think New Who's now stuck on that, just having modern companions, and they're just never gonna. If they're not done it at this point, they're never gonna change.
Well, I don't know. I think it will happen eventually. I'm sure, or someone from the future, or whatever, or someone from another planet. I mean, we had Nardole, but you know that wasn't really the
You
same
sort of
thing.
forgot though.
I love that he was going to take Ian's arm there.
Yes.
I remember that happened with Troughton and Jamie as well.
Yeah. In two.
Oh, and yeah, it's so cute, and they do it in two.
And next episode, the roof of the world, but it isn't, is it?
Oh, is it
Not
that got
nowadays.
listed?
No, that just renamed.
Oh,
The
okay.
Keys of the
It was Marco
Keys
Polo.
of Marinus, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
But the first episode of the Keys of Marinus is called on here, The Sea of Death.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
So that's a strange
sea
change.
of acid.
Yeah, interesting.
Right, has everybody finished? Because I'm
Yep.
at the credits yet. Just wanted to make sure. That's why I waited a few extra seconds, just in case. Right, guys, if you want to, we'll hopefully Super John will get back to us before we actually leave, so he can give his rating. Again, he's in Scotland. Ireland's having the same problems as well with internet for some weird reason. So we'll see if he gets back in. But we'll start with Alpha Omega. If you'd like to give a brief review of the episode and your rating for this week.
Yeah, despite or in spite of the over-the-top acting in this, it's a unique episode in the history of the show, and I think it shows off the interaction between the different characters and stuff. And I pretty much like it. I give it like a 6.5 out of 10 for that. I'd probably be the highest score here, but
Okay.
I liked it for that.
No bother. There's a couple of people in the chat that have given it a 6 and a 7 out of 10. So it seems to be the range. But let's see what Lee has to say. Lee.
Yeah, I think it is a unique story. I think it would have been served us as an audience better to have come before the Dalek story, maybe directly after the the Stone Age adventure to really test them, and I think the Daleks would have brought them together more. It seems to be a bit strange. The final solution at the end, I shouldn't say final solution, I pick my words more carefully. But the end result of it being just a broken or a misaligned switch is just kind of a bit but I think the story is great. I think that, apart from the overacting there, I still think it's a good set piece, a good character piece, and it kept you guessing. You're not really sure what's going on, but and that speech at the end with the first Doctor explaining the birth of a star. They're at the birth of a star, and they're caught in this beginning of like the Big Bang. Really, it's great. I think that was a really exceptional speech. So I'm going to give it a 7.5. I really enjoyed it.
Fantastic. Charlotte?
I'm going to go 7 as well, because I quite like that it was a very, not small stakes, because obviously of what it was hinting at, but it was like one set, it was very much concentrated on the 4 of them. I think Ian probably was the less served out of a lot of them in that story, but there was a lot with Barbara, there was a lot with Susan, even though I agree, she is just being like the running joke about who companions from classic era in this episode. And I like I said, I really like the character stuff, and you saw quite a few different sides to Bill. You saw the grumpiness, you saw the kindness, you saw the intelligence, you saw so many different sides to his Doctor, so I quite liked it for that.
Fantastic. I think we've got the real Super Doctor back. If you'd like to give your rating and a brief your brief thoughts on this episode. Yeah.
I would give it a 9 out of 10. I mean, it's a really good story. I mean, it gets the companions to come together and problem solve, and I think that is the one of the main good bits about this episode. Is it kind of highlights all their problems and all their differences, and when they come together, they realise that they've got to come together in order to get back to normality. And back to their adventures.
That's a higher score. That's good.
Yeah.
I still think it would have been better if it had come before the Daleks.
Yeah. But I think Hartnell's got good speeches in it.
Yeah, that speech is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that.
I thought I was going to be the high score.
There you are.
But I do give a lot of the Hartnell stuff a kind of high score because it's quite good. This is quality entertainment. Especially when you get the entertainment nowadays. I mean, it's just absolute boring rubbish, and this is just. I mean, this is real acting. Well, some of it is a wee bit kind of poor, but it's just it can't be helped for the '60s because most of it went live anyway. So.
Well, it was as live almost.
Yeah, as live as it possibly could.
So it's more like the way that they filmed TV back then was as if it was a stage play. It's just that they had cameras. That's the only difference. So it was like that. It was like a live stage play.
And what comes close to this episode is Midnight in the Russell T Davies era.
Midnight, actually watching this today.
Yeah, and it's about people coming together and then solving all their problems and their differences, and that was a good message for Doctor Who to give.
Different locations, sort of a similar situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's been my message for our fans to come together to try to get rid of this chibi fella. The fella that drowned Doctor Who, but that's like talking to wall there. So yeah. But for me, I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. I think that it is a good story, but I do think there are better stories. But I do love that scene with just William Hartnell at the TARDIS there, where he is explaining the birth of the star. That is actually very, and I just love his reaction. It's like a childish reaction. It's like joy, that he figured it out. And I do like the point that John makes. It does remind you a little bit of Midnight, doesn't it? Well, I mean Midnight would remind you of that, I should say, because obviously this came before Midnight. But it does have certain elements. But I think again, this is William Hartnell, so for a lot of Doctor Who fans, he was the first Doctor, but it's the purest of Doctor Who. Let's just say everybody else since then has, done their own thing with the role, but this was the first guy to play the Doctor. And to a lot of purists out there, which there are a few, they don't go past William Hartnell's era at all. Some of them. So yeah, yeah, good solid 7 out of 10. So I think Super John this week has actually given the highest score out of everybody, even in the chat. But John does love all the classics, don't you? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm quite a big fan of classic stuff.
Yeah, yeah. But you can find good in every story, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's the nicest thing about Doctor Who is there's good messages in it.
yeah,
Unlike what we have now, it's completely backwards now. But this is the birth of television here. This is the start of an institution, and it's starting the start of something very special and leading up to something very special. And what Doctor Who does best is to suspend the disbelief.
yeah, yeah. I know we look at it now, but we won't get into that because I don't want to get into that today. But yeah, it is. But look, again, we have all of this part, so that's the good thing. So it's Troughton next week. Did we pick the story yet?
I think somebody said, was it the Ice Warrior sequel story?
Seeds of Death.
Seeds of Death?
Yeah.
That's 6
Right,
parts.
so
I don't know
there
how
you
you
go.
feel.
That's next week's story, Seeds of Death. So yeah, get you our DVDs or wherever you watch it, get it ready. You have a week now, so that's fantastic. Right, so tomorrow we do. Should have kept it like that before I start messing around. New Who's back Sunday's just fucking gonna leave a Sunday. But I'm gonna start around 5 o'clock. Maybe 6. We'll see. Yeah, 6 o'clock actually. 6. So we're back. We're 2-parter now, isn't it? So we're season 3. So it's Utopia next, isn't it?
Oh, you watch Utopia. What's the one after Utopia?
The sound of the drums, isn't it?
Sound of
And the other
drums.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the middle part you're on now of that 3-part.
Yeah. So that's tomorrow. David Tennant, Series 3. Jesus, I'm yawning. I can hardly stay awake. Right.
Yeah.
I've been up all night, so yeah, it's been.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
I even went to sleep. I went to bed early, I should say. But fuck's sake, man, this lockdown. I won't even get into that. Right.
I know what you feel.
Yeah, I know it's bad. It's bad, John.
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you, fuck's sake, man. The sooner this is all over, the better. I'm gonna take a year holiday somewhere. Just gonna fuck.
That's if we can all get a holiday and we're getting vaccine passports to go on holiday. I mean, that's the scariest thing of all because it looks like we might not have a choice.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that we'll get to that when we get there. But
yeah, but I don't think it'll happen because too many airlines will lose out because there's people that won't take the vaccines.
That's true. And how are you going to get everybody in the populace anyway? You won't.
Exactly.
It's actually ridiculous. But listen, that's yeah. World's gone crazy. But we leave at that. Listen, everybody, give their usual channel shout outs. So we'll go around the table. We'll go ladies first this time. So we'll let Charlotte start first. If you want to give the.
I am offended.
I don't care if you're offended.
You have enough thingy points. You don't need female on top of them.
Exactly. She's right. Well done. You stand up for your gender. That's it.
Did you just misgender me?
Knock yourself out. You be quiet. You are. I'll silence you.
So me and Daniel and Dave will be back on Tuesday, and I'll give also the shout out that whenever I can, I'll be on Dan's live streams on the Facebook.
Oh, that's fantastic. Brilliant.
Which I'll never get invited on anymore for some reason. Just saying. Dan.
I wouldn't blame him.
That's me.
Do. Right, who's next? We'll go Alpha Omega.
I think my link's already been posted a couple times. No need to plug myself or anything. Just support everybody on the panel.
And we got a 15 US dollar super chat also from you. Doesn't look like you've written that.
I didn't.
You didn't. So
He's
he's
a
just
good egg.
giving us a super chat. But absolutely fantastic. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. But you don't want to do any shout. You're grand. Yeah, you're good.
No, just not for me. Just support everybody on the panel and on the New Who panel and everybody who supports your channel, and check out the Get Your Gamer channel.
Yeah, that's it. I haven't been on it in a while, so I'll be going back to that at some stage. Yeah.
After your Blake Sevens.
I said Sunday, will you relax with your Blake 7? I already know that Blake gets blown out of a hatch or something, right? It's being
No.
ruined.
Don't know anything. You really
I
don't.
do. I
No,
do.
you don't.
He's
No, you
gone.
don't.
He's not even in the last season. What's the point of calling a Blake 7?
How do you know he's not in the last season?
Right.
You see, you didn't know that, did you? See?
What? What'd you
See?
say?
Oh, here we go.
See, you don't know he's not in the last season.
It's still worth checking out.
Right, see, Alpha gave it away anyway, even if you were trying to keep a stum. See?
Alpha Omega, am I lying?
Right, anyway, leave it at that anyway.
Am I lying?
No.
Excuse me.
Am I lying? Am I lying though? Am I lying?
Jesus Christ, man.
Am
You're
I
not
lying?
Captain Tate. Shut up. Shut up.
How do you know I'm not? Did you just miss?
I'm about it.
I might be Catherine Tate. I might identify as Catherine Tate. So
you're
being Tateist.
Yeah, whatever. Be a two-spirited penguin for all I care. Right, Super John.
What's wrong with that?
Out before he jumps in again. We're gonna leave him.
I've got a Twitter channel under Real Super Doctor, and I've got a YouTube account under Real Super Doctor.
There you go. Check him out. See how he does that. Very expertly done. Just whack it out there. Bang. Right.
See, that's just the way I am.
That's it. We don't like any messing around. Right, Lee, go ahead. Right.
Twitter at Being Problem. Channel, Ordred Audio Visual.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
Very succinct.
Do you not want to give the other Twitter handle as well, the religion?
At the Golden Asda, AZDHA.
There you go. So that's it, yeah. So you know who I am. You can like, share, subscribe. If you don't like me, don't subscribe. It's simple. If you wanna downvote this stream, go ahead. Be a sad little individual. Downvote that stream. But if you're not a sad individual and you actually like Classic Who and you like the panel and you like what we talk about, you know what to do. Press that thumbs up, hit that bell. Yeah, because if you don't hit the bell, you won't be notified. If you're not notified, you won't get these great streams. Yeah.
He said they're gritted teeth.
Right. So why not?
They're slipping this week. No downvotes.
Listen, right? It's either join us in the TARDIS zone, right? Or you go and you watch miserable telly where they tell you that the world's going to end, everything's gone to shit. Or you can come here and escape and listen to 6 people talk about Doctor Who.
5.
Sorry, can't even count anymore. But there you go. 5 people talk about Doctor Who. An Englishman correcting an Irishman. Never thought I'd see the day, but there you go. Right? 5 people on the panel.
801 years.
Right. You keep that mouth to yourself now. Right. How's the Queen?
German.
I heard she got vaccinated, by the way.
Apparently so. I doubt it.
Yeah. I didn't think they needed to be vaccinated anyway. How old are they? 90 odd? Both of them probably sleep in vinegar all night. That's how that was well deserved. Jesus Christ, man. So they're going to outlive us all. And I don't mean any disrespect by this or anything. But see those 2, Prince Philip and the Queen, they're going to outlive us all. Seriously, there'll be about 200 and we'll be all dead and buried. They'll be still in Buckingham Palace.
Oh yeah, she'll live just so Charles doesn't get to be king.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I could see it happening and all. I have to give it to her fair play, man.
That's what
What
stuck
David
around so long.
Icke
Not
says
letting
about
Jog
them
is stay in
shapeshifting
charge.
But in
reptilians.
fairness, here's the one problem I have, right?
Problem
I'm
B.
going to say this, right? And I'll probably be criticised for it, but I'm going to say it out straight because you know I'm out straight about it. So there are 80 odd, 90 odd. Well, Prince Philip is 90 odd, nearly 100 now at this stage, or probably is 100. I don't know, I've lost count. Right? She's in her 90s or coming into her 90s, right? She's in a palace, right? So she's well secure.
She's
Should
coming
all
into
the
her
nurses,
90s.
the doctors, and the skilled teachers, and all the people that actually should get the vaccine get it first and leave all the rich people last? You know, like I know she's a queen and all, but she's in a big palace. Like, you know, they'll have protocols in place where she wouldn't have
Well,
much
even when
use
she's
of
shaking
contact.
hands, she's wearing gloves. You know what I mean?
That's
Anyway.
that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, should it not go to the people that actually should be priority? I understand that you just want to protect the royal family. That's great. But what about all the skilled teachers that are being exposed? What about all the nurses and the doctors? And I know the nurses and the doctors are getting a lot of stick lately because of the TikTok stuff. And I wish they would stop because it feeds into all this conspiracy theory bullshit. Like, stop doing your TikTok videos, like, and people, you know, and then people say, well, they're taking a break, they can do with it. No, it doesn't look good when there's people dying. So stop with your TikTok videos and people wouldn't be attacking you. But they should be getting it as well. They should be vaccinated. They're on the front line. They're the ones that are stopping us from getting COVID.
Well, to be fair, it is being rolled out on normal people.
Yeah, but not at a quick enough pace. You got a few quid in your pocket, Charlie. You'd get it before even people are supposed to get it. That's my point. They're all the rich. Look at all the celebrities that are putting up videos of them getting the jab. They don't have to wait. They don't have to wait, right? But you all have to wait. You just have to wait years at home, but they don't have to wait.
I'm not
Everybody that was
taking it
on
unless
Doctor
it's been
Who, I
tested for
guarantee
10
it. I
years.
guarantee you all the people that were part of Doctor Who got the COVID vaccination.
I'm not either.
I bet you they got the
No.
test as well. The test was readily
Oh,
available.
they would have had to just to go into production.
Yeah, but what I'm just but that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
You know, it's the higher class, whatever you want to call them. They get sorted first before all we do, or the peasants as they call us.
Well, at the end of the day, England's always going to be an aristocracy in some way. It's just part. It's just we're always going to have it. It's just changed from being
Yeah, I know.
lords to being celebrities now. It's just a different name, but it's the same system.
Yeah, Daniel says Nolan Lee handbags are 5 paces. Handbags, Nolan handbags down.
Yeah, you two are like
Daniel,
a
you're being
couple.
homophobic. I'm going to have to take you to town now.
And in the red corner, all the way from Dublin, Ireland, fighting 800 years of oppression, is the one and only the Doctor.
Not long enough.
Versus the man in the blue corner, boo, all the way from England. 800 years of bullying, and it's about to get done.
It's a good thing we're mates with him, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, this anti-English mark. It's a
right.
good thing we're mates.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just know I really love the English.
Oh, I know.
We just love being in sports and everything else, but other than that, I love you all. Nah, hate the establishment, but love the people. The people are just English people, UK people, English people, whatever. These are all the same. These are the same as us anyway. Whether you like to admit it or not, these are like the Irish.
I know I'll
Like
get
the
married on
Indians.
this channel.
We hate to admit it, like, you know, but we are. We're very similar. We just live across the water from each other, whether we like it or not. I'd rather we were a bit further away from you, but there you go.
And even our relations are Irish. Don't forget.
Yeah, I've got relations from England, actually, family in Birmingham, so I can't really say
And
anything.
I've got cork blood
Yeah.
racing through my veins.
Yeah,
So.
we're
Yeah.
intertwined whether we like it or not. For anybody that joins the channel and hears all this and thinks that I am being anti-English or whatever it is. I'm not, as Charlotte said, like we're taking the piss. Like he keeps saying 800 years to me. So as an Irishman, I'm not going to take
801.
that crap. See that 800 years? I'm going to get that 800 years and ram it down his throat with his teeth. That's how we do things. So when are we having our UFC debut?
Oh,
Well,
Yeah,
it
good
can either be a UFC debut or you can have a boxing match.
Yeah, I can
Wherever
say
which
it's boxing.
one, it doesn't matter which one it is. You're going to be on the canvas anyway. So which one do you want?
on the
Don't
canvas.
call it
Yeah.
the fight
Oh, you mean like
or nothing.
watercolor challenge?
A watercolor? I don't paint, man.
That's the only canvas I'm interested
Oh
in.
Jesus! Oh, God, what could I do? I suppose I could paint. Yeah, I suppose I could paint a fruit bowl.
801 years.
Yeah, yeah. Keep
Can't come
saying that,
soon
buddy.
enough.
Keep saying that, buddy. Keep saying that, buddy. Listen, the only reason why you get a pass is because you beat the Nazis, right? If you didn't beat the Nazis, right, you wouldn't be getting a pass, right? You are just as bad as America, but you get a pass because you
What?
beat the Nazis.
I wasn't alive. Just want to
Well,
say
no, I
that.
know you weren't alive, but your country did a great thing, a small little island, you know, and it went
That's
up
true.
against that big machine that can't be denied,
The little
you know.
mouse, as we were referred to as.
So, like, that's why you get a pass. But if you weren't involved in that now, we'd all hate you. Sure, the French hate you. You
The
hate the
French have
French.
always hated us.
Oh,
I was gonna say we don't like the
Everybody
French.
hates the French.
And I think everybody around the world hates the English, actually. Anywhere
Yeah,
you
because
go.
we've tried to conquer them
Yeah,
multiple
that's
times.
what it is, Charlie. Yeah. Bit like the Americans.
What?
Alpha's just like,
What? He's going to take back that $15 in a minute, Luke.
Oh, I tell you. Oh, this world, I swear, I was just sitting here last night just thinking about everything. And I don't want to get into it because, you know, YouTube is being dicks now and Google and all that other rubbish. We won't get into it, but you know what I'm talking about. I was just sitting here thinking, I mean, people think this is bad. I said it to everybody. This is just the beginning. This shit is going to hit the fan. This gets worse. 2020, as Lee said, was the dress rehearsal. 2021 is where it all
I don't
goes.
think that because it's just
Yeah.
gonna get us depressed.
So, and I will say one thing about the media out there, right? And I don't care what side of the argument you're on. All I just want to say about the media and big tech companies out there, if you can't see what they're doing, right? And it doesn't matter what side of the argument you fall on, if you can't see what they're doing, well, then I'm sorry. You deserve everything that comes to you in the next few years. And don't come crying to us when it goes wrong because, yes, people are being censored, but they'll censor you too because that's what they do. You've given them the keys, right? Now they've done it. They're going to do it to you guys as well.
I'm just going to read you a quote. From a guy called I think it was Niemöller. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist.
Right.
Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. Just remember that next time that someone gets cancelled, and then you celebrate that, because if it can happen to someone else, it can happen to you. And if no one else is left around to defend you, then you're on your own.
Well, all I'll say about it is this, though. I mean, if this didn't disturb people, I don't care whether you like, you know who. I'm not going to mention them on this channel because YouTube are being dicks, right? But you know who I'm talking about. If they can ban him, right? Big
The most
media
powerful man
tech
in the
place,
world,
right? In Silicon Valley, right? If they can ban one of the most so-called powerful men on the planet, we are fucked. And this is the thing as well. I don't know why people haven't opened the eyes to this, right? We're on all these platforms, yeah. These big media techs are funneling money through all of these social media apps, yeah. You're telling me that they don't have a say of what goes on. Of course they do. This is more further proof, if you need further proof, that the government's not really in charge. What more do you need? World
Well,
government,
it's
we're not in
fascism.
charge.
This is fascism. This is the state, or the deep state, in collusion with corporations. Now, when you get a marriage of corporation and state, you have definitively the hallmark of fascism. It is fascism. And to think that Orange Man is the fascist, you're wrong. Because, as you can see, clearly he didn't have the power to stop what happened to him. If he was truly the man in charge of fascism, this wouldn't have happened.
Well, as I said, anyway, there's a lot of shit coming our way. Google has already taken steps against certain social media apps out there.
And it's
YouTube's new
collusion.
terms
It's
and
collusion. It's
conditions.
illegal. It's
Yeah,
illegal what's
yeah.
happening.
YouTube's new terms and conditions actually plainly state that if anybody talks about election fraud or any of that, they won't just have their video taken down. They will also receive a copyright strike on their channel now. So my advice to anybody that has spoken about it in the past, election fraud and stuff, I would take your videos down or you're going to get a strike. Remember, 3 strikes and your channel's gone, right? So why take the risk? You know, because I've seen some people out there. Well,
I think the opposite. I
well,
think
F
everyone
YouTube,
should
you
do
know,
one.
let them do what they want to do to take down my yeah, but when they take down your channel, you're going to be crying like a little baby. So why give them the opportunity to do so? Yeah, I know it's shitty, but if you want to protect your channel, that's what you'll have to do. And I'm sorry, that's what you'll have to do. And by the way, I've seen this new app called Gab all of a sudden. He said, join us. We're the free social media thing, blah, blah, blah. I went in, clicked into it to have a look. They're charging people if you want to actually do a video like this, right? That you do free on YouTube. By the way, you do it free on YouTube, plus you get paid for it, right? They want you to pay for this thing because because a certain person is going to be on this app now. Or come here, you can do your videos here. Don't tell you whether your videos get monetized. Doesn't tell you whether you can make. And why should I pay for another video app? And here's the thing: people are saying that they're going to leave Twitter, YouTube, and all of this. He's certainly going to leave Twitter, YouTube, and all of this. Because whether you like to admit it or not, you know that YouTube is the far superior app out there. You know Twitter's the far superior over Parler. Whether you like it or not, you know that. Same with Facebook, right? You remember one thing, and I'll say this to you. When you all signed up for social media like myself, right? When it first came about, right? Even the FBI and the CIA were like, people are willing to give their information and put it online. We're the ones that actually signed up to all this and created all of this atmosphere so then they could dig deeper. We gave them the keys to get more involved in their lives, right? Now they're starting to control all of these things. So we've got ourselves to blame because we got sucked in. Right, so you can't all of a sudden complain. You're going to still continue to use the platform, whether you say or not. You will. Of course you will, because they're the far superior apps. What YouTube, Twitter, and all of those other apps are doing right now, it's disgusting.
Well, yeah, but they're actively
Disgusting.
colluding
Yeah, no,
to
I agree.
remove the competition.
I do agree, and that's what they're doing, and that is wrong. But the thing about it is, I don't care what anybody says. Nobody's going to leave Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. I'm telling you now. And they're not going to go to these alternative apps because I'll tell you why. These ones are established. These ones are the ones that we know.
No, it
Even
doesn't work that
I
way.
signed on to Parler. Listen,
Doesn't
I
work
signed
that
on to
way.
Parler a few
Doesn't
months
work that way.
ago. I only use it once in the blue moon to throw videos up. I don't use it. It's crap. It is crap.
But it takes time. Listen,
no, it's
MySpace was never going to go away. It went away. The other search engines, Alta Vista was always going to be.
Twitter's not going anywhere.
Went away.
Twitter's a monster. It's a giant. YouTube's a monster. It's a giant. I'm sorry, you can't compare previous apps It is. These are going nowhere. These are big commercial
You'd be
giants.
surprised.
They
You'd be
make
surprised.
billions. They make billions. There's
Yeah, but
no
more people
way.
are becoming aware of
Yeah,
what's
and it doesn't
happening.
matter. All you people could sign on to Parler like we did. They're going to take it down anyway. All they need to do is go to the company to tell them to take down the servers and it's game over. And they're going to do that with Parler because they strongly believe that the people on Parler organised a coup. Right? Now, whether you agree with that or not, that's what they've said. So all of these lefty twats, they're all piping up. The media's getting up on board with it. Whether you like it or not, Parler is coming down. And then what will happen? All those people that signed on to Parler will be back groveling on Twitter. So what's the point? You know, if we're not gonna we let them into our lives, and now this is the result.
Well, that's what you got to fight.
Yeah, this is
against.
why I never. This is why I
Yeah, you
literally
can fight
use
it, but where's it
Facebook
going to
what I
get
need
us?
to.
Where's it going
Well,
to get us? They were
we
able to
don't.
ban the
It's
most powerful
unprecedented
man.
times.
Listen, though, they were able to ban the most powerful man in the world off Twitter.
Yeah, but he's one
It's
man.
game over, buddy.
There are millions of us.
Game over.
He's
Game
one
over.
man. No.
Remember, man.
Game over, man.
The only thing that you know what? Best thing that could happen is the internet go away. That's never going to happen. But it's game over. We let them into our lives. We signed up to all these apps. Nobody really truly reads all the terms and conditions either. They tell you every photograph that you put up, all this, that, and the other. It's not even your property. Even if it's your own personal photograph, they have the right to use your photographs and stuff. But nobody reads the terms and conditions. You own nothing on your platform. Even YouTube, this channel, I'll call it my channel. It's not my channel. It's YouTube's channel. YouTube own it. They control everything. I don't even own the content on it.
I can't Parler and companies like that who offer alternatives. They don't have to go through, they can offer it themselves and not go through, Google or whatever to make it available.
Yeah, I know that, but look, what happens is Google's already taken down. Now Apple is threatening, right? And if Apple takes it down, then the company that's responsible for keeping the servers up will take the president, the CEO was on. She left a statement, or he left a statement to say that if they take the servers down, it's game over. If they actually ask for the servers to be taken down, it'll be game over for the app, and they're prepared for that. So yes, even though over the last 48 hours, Parler has gained millions of new subscribers, it's not going to last. They're going to take it down. Listen, everybody was warned about this. We told you when Biden gets in, everything is done. It's done. The leftist agenda is, you're going to see it for what it is, and this is part of it. Censorship, take your rights away, censorship. This is what we're going to get for the next 4 years. And by the way, all in between that, there's be some major event that will happen. They'll cock up some
war is a
flag, or they'll go to war with someone. So this is your future for the next 4 years, maybe 8 years.
So well done, everybody.
So well done.
Yep.
Well done. This is what you wanted. This is what you get. But you know what happens? It'll bite you in the ass, because they'll start censoring you guys too. And then you will all cry. And then you know what we'll do? We'll say, we told you so. Which is
useful idiots. Useful idiots. There's plenty of them
around. I'm going to go now, because I could go on a rant. And I have to go. I'm actually 10 minutes over what I said I was, because she's not well. So I'm on doggy duty and stuff, and cook dinner for myself, just for me now, because she's in bed. And then have a shower. And then probably collapse into a deep coma for about 15 hours, if possible. Yeah, I am losing my voice because I'm not getting much sleep, mate. So, I need to take a break. Right, I'm going to go. Listen, Alpha, thanks for the super chat. Everybody in the chat, thank you for being here. And everybody on the panel, thanks for being here as well. And we will talk to the panel next week. And we'll talk to all you guys as well. tomorrow. I think that's it. Yeah. So we are done for tomorrow. Can someone get Noel to say turtles? Turtles. There you go.
And on that note, we'll say goodbye.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I love the accents.
Turtles in a half shell. Right. It's time for me to go. Say goodbye, Lee.
Goodbye, Lee.
Say goodbye, Super Doctor.
Goodbye, Super Doctor.
You're affecting you too. Say goodnight, Charlotte.
Good night, Charlotte.
Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. I'm not even going to slag you off because I'll get into trouble for sexist behaviour. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm actually
Are
sorry.
you othering me?
No, hold on. We actually talk about equality on this channel, don't we? So, no, Charlie, you get the same treatment. Yeah. What did I call you? Idiot? Say it a lot on the boom. I forgot what I called them. Yeah, I never need you. But Alpha Omega, say good night, Alpha Omega.
Good night, Turtle.
Oh, fuck. See that?
This is getting worse.
There's always an odd one out on this channel, isn't that right, Alfie? You're bard. Done. I'm only messing. Right. We will all be back on the Classic Who panel next week for you. I hope you did enjoy it. I did. It was a bit of a laugh, wasn't it? And,
Yeah.
I'll say, you are all mad in the chat. I love you all. Right. I'm gonna go right before I say that, and that does actually get me into trouble. So here's the trailer. You know, Lee just threw this together in about 5 minutes because he's that good. But if you want them to do any work, I'm only messing this. This took him a while. But if you are looking for anybody to do a bit of work on your channel, rebrand, or anything like that, Lee is your man. Does intro videos at reasonable prices, so he says.
Right.
I get them for free, so I could tell you that he's very generous that way. But
Stupid.
I will say this though, he does put a lot of time and effort into them, and even for this trailer, I had an idea for it was actually the new Who trailer. I had an idea for it, and he was able to do it. So he's brilliant. So check this out. Good night. Talk to you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Good night, panel. Thank you, Alpha, for the tip as well, and to all me mods. Thank you for keeping the chat safe as usual. Right, here we go. Good night,
everybody.
Good night.